When I left off, I was talking about the RPG elements in this game. Well, actually, I was talking about the platforming. But yeah, like I was saying, just when you get your ability, platforming elements get pretty easy after a while. But it does start out kind of challenging. Anyways, um, this game has a lot of RPG elements. In fact, you might as well consider it an RPG. The only thing it doesn't have that a lot of RPGs do is the random encounters. But by that I mean you're walking, all of a sudden the screen stops, and then yeah, your characters are on one side, your enemies on the other, and you go attack them, and then they attack you, and then you attack them. Turns. This game's more of a you dive in there, try not to get hit, and try and take out as many as you can. Um, yeah. So, but the RPG elements it does have are levels, which the more you kill enemies, the stronger you get, and the you get more points, which you need to get enough points to gain the next level. You get higher points from killing tougher opponents. So quality and quantity do take a big role when it comes to gaining levels. It also has magic spells. Your basic ones are fire, ice, lightning. Then you get some really useful ones like cure and stop and Arga, which works as a shield. And then there's gravity, which is okay, I guess. I wouldn't say it's really good, but I guess it's okay. Um, Also, there's items in this game, but there's items in almost every video game, and I don't think I need to really get into detail about those. It's just you got some that make you stronger, some that heal your health, some that are useless. But yeah, this game has items and weapons. You can change your weapons. Granted, it's always going to be a keyblade for Sora, always going to be a shield for Goofy. It's always going to be a scepter for Donald, but it's going to change shape and have different status effects, um, and then that's a big thing in RPGs is you got to try and make your stats the best for whatever situation you're coming into. Granted, Kingdom Hearts is one of those games that it's going to be pretty easy no matter what you do, but if you play it smart, it's going to be even easier. So that's why I would say, take advantage of your potions, tents, and the gummy ship especially, because trust me, if you're playing on expert mode and you're flying on the same gummy ship the whole way through, it's not going to be easy. You don't have to make very many adjustments like the game gives you, but you should make a couple, like add another gun or two. And this game also has summonings, but you're not going to be summoning really cool things like in Final Fantasy, like Gilgamesh and Bahamut, but you'll be summoning Disney characters like Simba and Dumbo, Bambi, Mushu, and Tinkerbell. I think that's all of them. But each one helps you in their own creative way, and well, um, they get rid of your party members, Donald and Goofy, which I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video, but I'm really glad that your first two party members and the ones that stick with you the whole story is Donald and Goofy, because those have always been the two most enjoyable out of the main, Disney's series with Mickey Mouse series. Those have always been the two most enjoyable, and I really don't like Mickey, especially now in the older days. Now that Disney's died, Mickey's become this untouchable thing where he's sacred. You can't do anything bad to him at all because he's sacred, and all the bad stuff happens to Donald, and Goofy's just clumsy. Well, now Kingdom Hearts levels those characters out in a way that, yeah, they're still themselves. Donald's still slightly unlucky, but they're not to the obnoxious point like they can be in the cartoon sometimes. So I'm really glad that it get paired with Donald and Goofy the entire game instead of Mickey Mouse. Um, and you're rarely going to be fighting alone anyways, because the only times I think you'll be fighting alone is on the beginning tutorial levels, pretty much, and beginning of Traverse Town and Olympus, and I'm pretty sure that's about it. The rest of the time, Donald and Goofy are pretty much there helping you out, and they actually are really helpful. And the voice work in this game is really amazing. Like, most of them aren't the real actors that voice acted for those Disney characters in their movies. Uh, like Tarzan doesn't have the same actor, or Jack doesn't have the same actor. Genie doesn't have Robin Williams. But you know, they still sound really close, and it's really tough to, do replica voices. Although the nice thing is there is some of the voice actors did come back, like Donald, Goofy, and Mickey's. Those were actually the voice actors from all the cartoons, and James Woods comes back as Hades, which that's really good because and he returns in all the games where Hades voices. And I think that was really nice, and a lot of the voice actors have like insides to Disney. Like Sora's voice actor is actually the older brother of one of the characters from Hannah Montana. I don't watch Hannah Montana. I just know this because I was watching a video on Kingdom Hearts. They were talking about the voice actors, and they mentioned that. And Roxas is voiced by Jesse McCartney, I think. And I know he did a lot of music videos on the Disney Channel, so I know that a lot of the voice actors have someone on the insides of Disney. Oh, sorry. Roxas isn't from Kingdom Hearts. He's from Kingdom Hearts 2. But I felt like mentioning that. This story is really deep. I don't think it's as deep as Final Fantasies are, but it's much deeper than anything, Disney tends to pull out a lot of times. Granted, they're pretty deep Disney movies, don't get me wrong. But this story has, it's really deep. And so I think it might be hard for younger kids to fully grasp some of the situations until they get a little bit older. I guess 10 and up, which is why I guess the second game's rated that. The first one came out before they even had E10. Yeah. This game has I feel like a slight romance whenever I play this game. Like, not just between Sora and Kairi or any of the Disney princesses in love with anyone else. It's not like that romance. Just, I always feel like each of the characters have some kind of deep connection with one another. Kind of like that Paopu fruit or whatever. They each remain a part of each other's lives, no matter what, even if they're separated. I just can't help but feel each characters become connected with one another after they leave. It just, the feel of just playing this game is like, it's kind of like going back to childhood, but in a more mature manner. Like you're going back, and you're going back, but you're also having. I don't want to say you're also having fun, because you could have fun going back, anyways. But it's really different, especially if you grew up on Disney. I think this is the only game that Disney Interactive had anything to do with that actually was good. Which it surprises me why. I wonder why Disney doesn't try and do more commercials for this, because you see them push their cruddy games. I mean, they're cruddy. I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend anybody, but most of their games are not that good. And you see them pushing all these games, but they only did like one trailer for Kingdom Hearts and one thing on their channel. That was it. And I wonder why. because this game deserves much more than that, especially compared to a lot of their games they push. They don't push so many games anymore, but they used to.